tuli tiyan yamna kadama nduma nawuni o yukom balama to ama tenen ninsal nima to gbazane to yalna kadama den la to chaka tina kunyi muslim nan manyala kamane kana yinci sonsan biala to la hayirna lu'shal pulo kamandi nan kanyungum biane ka yisina ka kore be muslim sama abu hambane shapto sonda kaman teki beto sonda ka saudiya nam gbaza ha to sonda kana yinci muslim tansama so katini ba ma gbaza ha chang to buham so bi chang to buham ka kuna ba be cheti yalba biala and din la pa ya nyala kama tabana ma pamda ba chang shukuru domini bra pa ham bankar ngala kama ai zanga bi chang shukuru biyan zang la chechi talma zan no duzon tale ka bra ba chang shukuru ma di da wala nan ka ba bangla la ban ma ka bra zang ba chang shukuru ma ne ka ta'aba domin shabda chang shukuru ma ka shira ta to amma tanan banan ma bra ba chang kami kunyala karma domin ni ti vigo puni bazan musulun su kana dagbanwo ka chechi tal na bakana na gambaga tan shalbi man purgo ka bonde la gambaga brapun zan la musulun su kana karnyala banji Mali ni Niger nama bananda zan bananye wangaran se to bon ba julla na brapun zan la musulun su kana tititi be tenen dagban bongo tel hablivum na kadama ti yila de Chad polona ka shabe ni ti yila Egypt polona ka shabmiya ni ti yila Palestine polona so do wum na kadama tenen yan ma banda funyara muslim nama so do zo ba malan yule ne banda la hazas na kadama ba ku can shukuru domin ba hamban ka shukuru shi ka ba wur bala ce kitalma tuli iyan yalla nirma kamane oy kana takpa dinyala kamane muslim sama yulma de mamman yala suhdu dinye islam the yimna from the word salam meaning suhdu dizo katinye taba ka muslim ma ta kapugo shatin yampo taba tinye taba tiyami na wuni tama suhdu be na wun suhdu be azo ka gwaza suhla latama na ma de nyala kamane western nama kullu silmi sama banin nan da batantan bina bambo da ban sha propaganda la banin da batantan bina na yi can marjire in zan party kalle da kadama ya yo olehmati ton wana nima muslim nima tinan kalala ya to amma orille kamani soleg muslimi kabe obi hashale ko zan tag muslim namza muslim sun wuna din jamna da jala sudu to amma shabgaza ne to biane karnya la bakpangsirla ya to abe kamani tebe yon ka wumde na America be selmin tinsima to sono to ku yisan kwa marafa nyenye so ka ba yele to ashele so do worna kadama be zamale zam migi be dadini aile Qur'an puni te na muslim nama te na mim ne kadama na on ban nam ta ban sha'zo o nam ta ne ta kana te jamu duzo nyungun kana karnyala aje ban sha'o yindan kunyala kamane atum de la tun shal dambutu te duniya wo bihago ne te lahira bihago de nyala ban sha'din yan diyan vyal matiza o jama ma pu ne ko yala den yudam ibe bihago pu ne ka ban yuridam diyan vyal matiza o jama ma pu ne ko ya de zabriya ibe bihago pu ne ka ba zabra de nyala den yan vyatite duzo na ummim ne kadama ya church ma betuma din ya pam karinya la kamani banda duwanya ma bi kana tan da babu buwan da banya afako betan mani bi nya ka fa betan mani to runguna ba ku patan mani to amma din dai nin karinya la kamani afa bela tan mani to benzo to afa mi kana to anya ka ba kana bi kana bana yitirla titan kpanna ma domin biya ni kum malba biyan tabala cikaba ne yellow corn ma so bi zan taba anya ka ba shaba ka ba sati to amma ale tanan dagban wana na yu kone dagman la tanan wana ba kunnam tamakati yisinye musulun ma dozo bi kanala la ba to nyare nasara to amma tankpan su ku biane kan ni to bol duya kaman tarpa mbon kaman muala mbon tinsima ya yijao yuang kabnye dagbamba ama kale nyewula church nima pranla church nima changya ntibe nimani nsondaba ka zanda be church tale zan wuhurba zo ne den la pa ya tabanye karachi ngoma tina shukuru domin tika muslimin la'ansa kaman bomboni sha NGO ma muslimin la'ansa kane so du zoti kana ka ta ban tinya la muslimin ma biyan karta mai kai ni tinya muslimin la zo ba ko porti to ama banye Christians la kabnai oba so yalman le yara church nam dadi ma be church nam ma ban boni sha missionaries ma bituma yaya pam kabn handete pam.
You see, we say the African is by nature religious. Let me put Islam aside and come to the cultural aspects. In my culture, in the culture hereabouts, you are my visitors. When you arrive, the first thing I should give the visitor is water. Then the next thing, I see if you are hungry, food. And then I'm interested in where you will what? Sleep. Basic. Then when Islam came in, our people realized that, oh, this thing called Islam is just like our way of life. The only difference then was before Islam arrived here, our people knew there was somebody called Nauni, God. But they would maybe take a chicken, slaughter it, put the blood on, and then invoke the spirits. Take this to my grandfather, this, who would take it to grandfather that, to grandmother that, to that, before it reaches the Almighty God.
My name is Omar Farouk Ibrahim, and I work with College of Holy Quran in Medina, and I stay in Medina. Islam, in the actual fact, is a real deen from God Almighty, Allah. And God Almighty is telling us the only deen or the religion that God Almighty had introduced to us to follow. Inna Dina Indallah Islam. That is the Islam. And then the deen of Islam is a complete way of life. When you understand Islam and follow the principles of Islam, that is, we are blessed in this world and hereafter. Because with Islam, when even after your death, in your grave, the first thing to be asked is about your God, and then the second thing is about your Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and then the third thing is about your religion. So when you are blessed with this religion of Islam, then it's a sign of you winning victory in this world and hereafter. Therefore, Islam, in the actual fact, is a religion that all the prophets and Anbiya has followed, and that is what God Almighty has endorsed on them, ordained on them, for them to come and practice, and also put us in the same way. So when we talk Islam, Islam is a whole complete life of human being we should follow. That in short. Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is a role model. It's a role model. Every Muslim, true Muslim, have to adopt the system in which Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has lived. Because God Almighty has chosen him. And then God Almighty also has given him a lot of things that he did not give other prophets. And Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam as a whole, God Almighty is describing him in the Quran, saying, "Innaka la'ala khuluqin azim." In fact, we have perfected you, and your character and your behavior is above everything, and God Almighty has making that special for you. Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is saying that innama bu'ithtu li'utammim makarim al-akhlaq. You see, makarim al-akhlaq, when we say it, that is the virtues of that is the good habit and good character. And Islam is not just a matter of praying 5 times a day, no. Because in the Salat, tanha anil fasha wal munkar. The main purpose of Salat is to prevent us from doing bad things, and also to draw our attention to the good deeds. That is the main purpose, and also at the same time also as ibadah, being obligatory to every Muslim to ordain. So with that, the akhlaq is the best thing attached to Islam. When we have the 5 pillars of Islam, as a building, if you put the 5 pillars, the 5 pillars are there, but the building is not completed. When you put the 5 pillars, the 4 corners and then the one in the middle, and you flow it, and you leave it like that, when the winds blow, it will definitely affect you. There's a dust and everything. So the akhlaq, that is the good deeds of the good character and good behavior, is also very important as part of Islam. It's like when you build a house, you need the roofing, isn't it? And you need to plaster it. You need to plaster it. And after plastering also, you need to put the electricals. Electricals have to come in. You have fan, and then the sockets, and all these things, isn't it? You need air conditioning, isn't it? You need to paint your house, okay? You need to put a certain things, you need other things. That is exactly akhlaq. So the pillars of Islam are there. And if you do not support all these pillars with the good deeds and the good attitude that Prophet ﷺ is calling for, then my friend, forget. Because the salat and then the other things, zakat and all these things, they are drawing our attention to do the good things. And these are the good deeds. That's why God Almighty, whenever He said, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, or when alladhina amanu, those who believe in Allah, wa amilu salihat, and then complete their faith with good deeds. You see, anytime at all you see the believers, then the good deeds also should follow.